Hello and welcome to Main Street Magic Designs. It's been a minute since I posted a video, but I'm really excited to get back into the swing of things and get started with some Easter crafts. So today I am going to make some Easter eggs that look like the mice from Cinderella. I'm going to make Jack, Gus, Perla, and Susie. I'm using the same plastic eggs that I got from Michael's. I put some blue painter's tape around the middle because I'm going to paint the top half brown color. It's a folk art paint and the color is coffee latte. So I'm going to paint the top part, which is going to be the mouse's head, the brown color. I am going to apologize in advance for this video. I recorded it a little while ago and I seem to be missing some parts. I don't know whether I didn't hit record or what went wrong, but I still think it's salvageable so that you can get the idea and make the craft along with me if you want. So I'm doing a voiceover so that I can explain anything that I might have missed when I actually recorded the video. So once you paint the top part of the egg, you want to do at least 2 coats, maybe 3, depending on how dark it ends up. So for the bottom portion of the egg, I painted each one to represent the color of the mouse's shirt or dress. So for Jack, I painted using a Deco Art Americana paint, and the color was True Red. For Gus, I used a folk art paint in the color Citrus Green. For Susie, I used a folk art paint in the color Ocean View, which is a blue color. And for Perla, I used a folk art paint called Light Lavender. So again, you want to paint those at least with 2 coats, possibly 3 with some of the lighter colors. It might look better with a 3rd coat. Now for Gus, I did originally paint the entire egg brown because I wanted to leave a little bit at the bottom to make it look like his shirt was shorter, just because in the movie, you know, he's a little bit bigger mouse, so his shirt seems to be a little shorter and tighter to represent that it's a little shorter. But I'm not so sure I like that in the end, so it's really up to you if you want to do the whole bottom in the green or if you want to do a little brown on the bottom. Really, in the end, once you put them in a basket, you're not going to see the bottom so much anyway, so I would probably go with all green if I did it again. Once those are dry, you can move on, and this is the part where I'm going to apologize because I guess didn't record this section where I made the little ears that I'm showing now. They're just made out of brown and a light pink felt, cut in the shape of an ear, with the pink being slightly smaller than the brown to make it look like the inside of the ear. And then I made the hat. And the hat is very similar to the hats I made for the dwarf eggs. And you can check that out in this video here that I'll put in the link below and up here in the corner. It's just a little shorter because the dwarf hats, the tops come way down. These I made a little shorter and just curled down on themselves. So you want to put that hat on first before you put the ears on because you want the ears to come right to the edge of the hat. So I just used some hot glue and these little nut cups or whatever you want to call them. I use them for glue a lot of times, but I know people used to use them for like nuts and mints at parties back in the day. They're really helpful for holding the eggs still when you're working with them, so they're not flopping all over the place. So once you get your hat on, you can figure out where you want to put your ears and then just hot glue them to the spot that you like them. Kind of in the middle of the side of the egg. So for the next part, I had a little pom-pom ball in brown, dark brown, that I was going to use for the nose. And I was trying to decide where I wanted it on the face, because the next step was to paint the eyes on. And I used some black folk art paint and a Q-tip to kind of get that right oval shape. And once you have the eyes on where you want them, then you can hot glue on the little pom-pom ball for the nose. So the next thing I did was start the hats for the girl mice. And this is the same basic shape as the hats for the boy mice and the dwarfs. But through trial and error, I made it look more like the hats that the little girl mice are wearing. And you kind of have to go by trial and error just to make sure it's going to fit your egg and sit the right way. So with these, you kind of glue them together down to a certain point, and then you want to find the length that you need, and then make the wings or the folded back pieces, and then just glue them down a little. They kind of stick up, so you don't want to glue them too much, but enough that they're going to stay back. And those are made out of felt in the colors that match the dress color of each mouse. To make the dresses a little more unique compared to the just painted on shirt, I decided to add some lace trim in the same color as the painted color on the egg for each of the girl mice. So I just wrapped it around the egg, measured how much I would need, and cut it, and then hot glued it to the egg right along the edge of the painted area. Then I decided to add a little bit of ribbon to go right around the top of that in the same color. So just hot glued that all the way around. And what you don't see on camera is I also used the same ribbon to make a bow separately from the piece that I glued down. And I glued that right to the back to make a bow. I did that for both mice, one in blue and one in purple. After I finished with the dress portion, I glued on the hat and painted on the eyes just like I did with the boy mice, and glued on the nose. I also decided to add whiskers, so I painted them on with the black. You could also just use a black marker if that's easier. And I decided to paint a little white reflective spot in the eyes just to give it a little more character. So here's the end result, and I think they came out really cute. I plan to use these in a Cinderella themed Easter basket, and my next video will be putting that basket together. I want to make the basket look similar to the dress that Cinderella makes with the mice. So if you are interested in that, make sure you come back and like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.